Well, hello friends, and welcome back to yet another video. What is good? Today I am going to act as the referee in a battle between two very good whiskeys. On the one hand, we've got Lagavulin 16. And in the other corner, Lagavulin 8. Let's see who comes out on top. So right away, dealing with these two whiskeys, looking at the younger one, you've got a much lighter coloration. The whiskey hasn't spent as much time in the barrel. And then as we look at the 16, we get a darker coloration, getting some of that nice copper coming out of a longer time spent gestating within the cask. Very easy to tell the two apart right away. Now, of course, we also got to get them on the nose and see if there's any differences between the two. So let's get the 8 first, huh? Oh, it's beautiful. It's light. You've got peat, you've got smoke. There's a slight lemon to it. And then here's the 16. Oh, it's also beautiful. They're very close. I would say on the 16 you get this mintiness that's not there on the 8. And on the 8, there is a much more pronounced sense of that peat. That peat takes much more of the lion's share of your experience in the nose. The 16 has just had an opportunity to develop some more complex and nuanced flavors. With the 16, you get a nuttiness, you get a sweetness, like I said, a mint, a tobacco. On the 8, the tobacco isn't there so much. The peat really front and center, smoky, brinier on the 8. And now it's my favorite time. It's time to taste them. Before we do that, if it's your first time here, maybe consider subscribing. Or don't. I don't care. But I will tell you, it's your mom's favorite YouTube channel. So don't disappoint her. What should we do first? Let's go with the 8. Slangeva. Once again, the peat front and center. The alcohol is pronounced. It's not hot, it doesn't drink with a burn, but you do get some of that ethanol. Get a very nice finish. The finish is lovely. Briny, salt air. Not a whole lot of wood. A very slight citrus at the end. And almost, you know what it tastes like? It tastes like Clorox lemon wipes smell. It doesn't have a medicinal flavor to it. It's not offensive on the palate. It's just that light lemony airiness. I get a slight bit of on the finish. Now moving over to the 16. Rich. It's deeper. There's some fruit there. It lifts off your palate. This mint kind of carries it away at the end. The nuttiness is there. You get a little bit of the wood, which I like. Less briny, less salty on the 16. The alcohol isn't as front and center on the 16. Now, what I like about these two whiskeys and putting them head to head like this is when you drink the 8 and then you drink the 16, it makes complete and total sense. You can absolutely see the path that the 8 is on and where that destination is leading once it hits the 16. Which one is better? First off, these are both excellent whiskeys. You can't go wrong. If all you can get or all you can afford is the 8. This is a very, very fine Scotch. Now, if you don't mind going a little pricier, that 16 is going to take you places the 8 is only hinting at in the beginning. It's more mature, obviously. It's more well-rounded. It's quite clear that the 8 is on that path, but that the 16 is the realization of that. In some whiskeys, those age statements don't matter a whole hell of a lot. People get real caught up in this is a 15 versus this is a 12. In some whiskeys, that really doesn't matter a whole lot. But when we're talking about Lagavulin, you're talking about an 8 versus a 16. That difference is pronounced. It's very easy to detect. If I have my preference, I'm going with the 16 every single time. Now, if that is hard to find and all I can get is the 8, I'm quite happy with the 8. The price tag is also a little bit lower. If I have my preference, we're going 16. If I can't get it, I'm gonna have 8. I'm going to have both of them in my bar. One of my favorite things to do is show people these two whiskeys side by side, because they do allow you to see what the final product is going to look like and what it feels like once you've started down that path. It's a real fun thing to do. If you can afford both and you can do this, compare them side by side, I highly recommend doing so. You can't go wrong with either, but if you can, you gotta get the 16. Classic of classics. That is the video for today. Both of these are excellent whiskeys. We're gonna have one more sip of each. My goodness. How they can get that in an 8-year. Oh, it's just so much deeper though. When you're right here on the 16, it's so much deeper and it's more developed, nuanced, and well-rounded. It's not as one note as the 8. My friends, thank you so much for being here. I hope you have had a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend if you are in the States. If you're not in the States and you don't celebrate our Thanksgiving, I hope you've just had a great regular old weekend. That is it for today. We will definitely see you on the next one. Until next time, to good friends and good spirits, we'll see you on the next one.